6:30, we'll start the meeting. We do have
Recording in
a few things to do to amend the agenda. We are removing the first executive and having to add 3 others, 1 legal and 2 contracts. Adding a new business for Pittsford Day recap. Is that new?
Did you say,
Under new.
I'm sorry, did you say 2 legal, 1 contract?
1 legal, 2 contract.
1 legal, 2 contract, okay.
Removing the first one that we actually had warned.
Yep.
Any other need to amend anything in there?
Accept it as amended.
Okay. And a second?
Second,
All
sorry.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so we had, select board minutes from July 16th and the 30th. Did anybody see any corrections, errors?
Yeah, I have one, and I might have stated it incorrectly. On page, I guess it's 3 of the 16th, under Act on Orders, we were asking about the budgets, and I inquired about the legal fees. And I think I asked for a line item, which Ann has provided, but I
yep.
meant to ask for the whole budget.
Okay.
That was what I was intended to
Okay,
as well.
yep.
And I didn't know if maybe the next meeting we could have a recap for us.
Yep.
So I meant to say that. If I didn't,
No, you didn't, so I'm sorry about that, though.
there's 2 witnesses over there said I didn't, but I thought I did.
Okay,
You know, I thought it did.
Yeah.
all right. Anybody have anything else? And then I guess, yeah, with just the, with the meeting, minutes from the special meeting, we'll just add the legal
Yeah.
statute. Okay. Town manager's report. We'll just take the highlights because we might have we had some stuff. read.
Other than what's already in your report that you've read, I had a citizen come in yesterday. 71 Simpson Lane apparently had a foreclosure auction today.
Oh.
He sent me pictures, or actually he showed me pictures that he has of the property. He was appalled by the status of the property. Right now, a mortgage company owns it.
So it's the one we've seen before in a different area, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up on Simpson Lane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know our health officer and animal control officer had been there previously. Because a bank owns it, it's a little harder to try to negotiate with them. Apparently, a foreclosure auction happened today, but he wanted the select board aware of the situation, so I told him I would mention it
Yeah,
at tonight's
okay.
meeting.
That was the one where they wouldn't allow anyone to look at the house, is that correct?
I am not sure.
Because there's 2 up there. Is that the one where they said you can't view the house? but
Yeah.
You
can
can't
bid
go
on it
inside the house. I know you
Until after it
can't.
was over?
Really?
Yeah, that's how it was stated,
Yeah,
right?
it was
Yeah.
in MLS with that stipulation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a complete tear down by the pictures the
Yeah.
guy showed me.
There's 2 of them up there, right, that are going up? Or-
I-
No, one's for sale, not.
One's for
Yeah.
sale, that's the only one I'm aware of.
Yeah, no, I know, we've heard about, I know.
But I just wanted you to aware
So it
that
did sell at that?
it was supposed to sell today at a foreclosure auction. I
You don't know
I
the
don't
result?
know the result. I don't know if it sold or not.
Okay,
And then I've still been dealing with 90 Chateau Way citizen concerns from 3 different parties I've been,
I know I've seen people put, on Facebook,
Yeah, that's been
complaining.
all over.
but,
of the noise.
What is going on
Noise
there?
issues?
Yeah,
It's a
on
long
Chateau
go-
Way.
Ongoing situation.
it's an ongoing situation between the 3 properties as well as the issue at 90 Chateau Way. I've talked to 2 out of the 3 property owners that are abutting each other. It's an ongoing issue. It's gonna end up being the court system for 90 Chateau Way with the
PD's been there.
multiple times. Animal control officer, health officer's been there. But I just wanted you aware that I am still
Yeah,
ongoing working as much as I can with the citizens and trying to keep it somewhat civil.
okay, cool.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah. Ann's, town manager's report will be in the minutes.
Do we need to discuss
As well as
that
the,
delinquent tax billing? I see we have a packet in here.
It's on the agenda. And I did want to just mention that, as Mark said, I gave you guys all of the legal fees broken down as was requested. I'm sorry it wasn't in your packets, it got buried on my desk.
No, good to have it.
And then you have the police crime statistics and where they ticketed people this last month.
Okay, there it is, yep.
Any other questions on Ann's report?
Nope.
All right, any select board member remarks?
I thought Pittsford Day was very well set up. I'm not sure how they ended for attendance, because I didn't stay for the deep, dark hours, but
Yep,
it appeared to be very well and thought out
yeah,
and put together.
yeah,
Would you agree?
I would.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about it more under new business.
At the end of the night, the parking lot was full
Oh, good.
for fireworks.
Great.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it.
I had, yeah, I think that's part of what I'd like to just kind of go over, just, the scheduling more broadly, because of, there's busier times than others, for sure.
Yep.
Were
We
there-
started talking about that day too, but I'll fill you
Yeah.
in down there.
Any other remarks from anyone? Dave? Okay.
Hi, Dave.
I know, remind me to
Little
keep,
slow
I'll
on the
remember
draw.
to keep looking over there.
Yeah.
Public comment.
Sure. I've got 3 now.
Oh, wow, awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so last time I was here and I wasn't sure as far as your minutes, which one I was at, but I talked about the weeds at the dollar store.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's continuing. I don't know, did anybody follow up on that?
I did find the, I have the copy of the
250.
environmental court's decision that addressed the landscaping, but I don't know have you talked to anybody actually at Dollar General?
I have not, I located the file in our office, but I haven't had a chance to reach out. Right after that meeting, they had mowed it, and I didn't really pay attention, because I
Okay.
was like, okay, they mowed, because before the meeting, it hadn't
Yeah.
been mowed, like, in front of it or anything. And I think either the day of the meeting or the day after they had mowed, so I was like, well, most of it's cleaned up
Well, they have
now.
to do way more than mowing. That's
Yeah.
part of that
Yeah.
decision was
Yeah, the
actual
flowers and-
landscaping.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Dave has it.
Dave? Go ahead.
Along those,
Oh, you're freezing up. Hold on.
You're breaking up there.
Might have to shut his.
meadow has not been rectified, even though the past town manager told me it was taken care of.
Hold on. Can you were frozen for a second. Can you just start again, say that from the beginning, please?
Okay, yeah, my internet's goofy here. Back to Dollar General, the light situation where it shines out into
Oh.
the adjacent property owner's property.
Yep.
The previous town manager told me was taken care of.
You did.
Has not been taken care of. So when you're dealing with the weeds,
Deal with that.
shrubbery, or whatever it is, maybe that should be mentioned too. I've told him to come in and talk to us, but he never does. But he brought it up to me here a month or so ago that it has not been fixed.
Okay.
So,
No, that's good to know. Yeah, and Ann, I can send you a copy. You should have a copy of that decision somewhere. But if you have a hard
There's
time
a Dollar
finding it-
General
Yeah.
folder that thick, so.
There was a lot of it went through mediation before, and it was very specific about landscape, trees, bushes. And when the work got done recently, they haven't replaced anything either from where the,
Stuff that's dead.
yeah,
and
the,
all
se- well,
that,
the,
needs
yeah,
to
when
be
the
replaced.
sewer line or water line was getting.
Could I make a motion, we have Ian write a letter on behalf of the select board, asking them to address these concerns immediately?
I
Yeah.
think we should review that and all the
I'll second that.
stipulations.
Thank you for the
from-
second, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
The-
go ahead.
The ZBA stipulations on that, because if I remember right, they were supposed to paint that building too. Thinking, other than white.
The only other thing that, I don't think so.
I think we should take a look at the
What I do know,
ZBA.
they were supposed to do, the windows were supposed to be very specific, and they're
Yeah.
just like plastic stick on
Yeah.
windows.
And it's all
But-
kind of, the sun has done a number on them.
Yeah.
They look terrible.
Well, I'd like to stay with my original
Yes.
motion to
Yep,
address
there was a
these two
second, so,
concerns,
yeah.
and
Yep.
then we can
Sure.
go farther if we need to.
Okay, any,
Yeah, because last year when whoever talked to them,
Yep.
they actually did it. right
Yeah, I
away,
know.
So,
so before you go on to your second one, we do have a motion on the floor. So any other questions? Debate? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye? Okay. All right, go ahead.
okay. So the next one is the speeding, people coming off Route 7 going on to Elm Street. This is ongoing, and I've talked to, I think, David one day, because he was actually looking for somebody who went speeding by us. but I'm there quite a bit when I'm in town with the Pittsford Village Farm.
Yep.
And I mean, just yesterday morning, I mean, this guy, I mean, it was 6:30 in the morning, but he just came flying through. He was well in excess of the 25 speed limit that you need to be on that corner.
Right.
And just continued right on. And I'm just afraid if something's gonna happen there. You've got kids, you know, when we have different events or whatnot, so.
There's family housing right all along there, so.
And so I believe that the plans for that segment of Route 7 include making it more of a turn instead of just a kind of, it's almost like a slip lane
But I
now.
think
But
our
we did
police have
discuss
to be-
putting up what we could do
Spike
with
strips?
just some,
We
a visual barrier.
We can do a 3/4 year barriers that kind of
Right.
screw into the ground. Chad and I actually discussed it with V-Trans when V-Trans was down here to walk the sidewalks with us with the no parking issue. And Chad and I actually talked about it right before he went on vacation. He was gonna start pricing out those to see how much they would be and try to, paint out and mark out
Okay.
and the option. We have to double check if we need a 1111 permit to do that.
Okay.
Are they like speed bumps?
No, these are actual, like, what they've done on
Bollards?
Center Street in Rutland. But they can be taken out for the winter time so our plow trucks can plow, but the rest of the year, it would make it so that they'd have to almost go around it and they'd have to slow down. They're not gonna build a
Yeah.
straight shot.
That would be good, because especially when, in the warmer months, when there's so many people at the farm too. So that's the first place they're whipping past.
And we've talked to Ethan at Regional Planning about it too, so.
Okay, so yeah, let's keep
pursue
on that.
Yep.
But if we've got somebody to sit down there, you know, that
Can
would
we
be
refer
good.
this to the?
Sure, we can also let PD know that that's a spot to be taking.
Yeah, like I said, I think
Yeah,
somebody
they have
called
been patrolling
David
Elmore
Sawyer,
Okay, good.
and so he was coming to just find that vehicle, but by the time the call gets in there, they're long gone. So, okay. And the other one is, one resource that we have in Pittsford is for the book drop. There's a book drop at the
Transfer
junction, the
station.
transfer station. Okay. So it's useless, okay, because you can't get there. You can only get there on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I went down today, I had some books, it's full again. The guys that come in can't empty it. This has happened to me several times because the dump is only open Saturday and Wednesday. So I was coming to request that can that book bin be put here?
What does it look like? How big is it?
It's like one of those clothing drop bins.
Yeah.
It's about
I
the
think
same.
it's heavily used because it is at the transfer
Could be
station,
put out
but
back.
No, but nobody,
I get
nobody
it.
can use it.
Who picks up?
It's odd, because I've had a long discussion with the people at the dump about it, and it's somebody, is it over, what is it called, Rutland
Oh, the
Solid Waste?
Yeah, solid waste district. yeah.
Okay, and,
Does
The-
anybody here have a key? How often do they come?
oh no, see, that's it, that's the
So
So
problem.
it's a company from out of state that does it. I have had a conversation with them previously because Donna had come to me, it was full.
Yeah.
They actually called and asked me for Wyman's information because they didn't understand the hours that it was open and they'd been trying to get there to
Well,
empty
we,
it.
we must have a key to the gate.
That's what I was
We do
gonna
have a key
say.
to the gate, yes.
Could he stop?
I don't think they're gonna do that. I mean, when they're, like, every place else has it at the library. West Rutland, Proctor,
Do we not have one at the library?
no,
Shelley doesn't want it. She requested that it not go there.
why, I don't
Well, does
know.
it make more sense to have it there? I mean, maybe she doesn't like it, but maybe that's where it needs to be. I mean, it seems logical to me that
What's-
Josh should
what's
get the
your
library.
What's my thought? Yeah, I have no
She-
problem with it
She's
being at
talking
the
about books to
library.
be recycled. That's a good way for, I think that's a good way for books to get books that should be returned to accidentally get put in that book trap. That's why I would be.
But how come nobody else has talked about that? Nobody else has said we're having problems with books being recycled. All you do is put a sign on there
Book drop.
and say, you
Yeah.
know, this is a
I'll say
recycle.
recycling.
I don't mind if it goes out here. We
Because
already
there's a
have.
book drop.
There's a book drop in front.
the doorway.
They put the book thing in the back, that shouldn't be an issue.
I would think that'd be.
We could look into it. I don't know if it's like an overwhelmingly large problem though, is it?
Yeah, it's useless. It's useless when you go down there and you can't, it's full. And then Wyman's has to pick up the trash because people just leave the
They will.
books on the ground, they're getting wet. And I'm sure our guys
Okay.
at the transfer station have to pick it up.
Yeah, well, we can look into it.
Let's revisit it with Shelley
Yeah.
and see if we can put it in the back. I think people would be logical.
Maybe, we just, yeah, there's not a lot of space at the library. We can talk about where it would make sense to go.
Seems like it makes sense. So, thank you,
Are
Doug.
you thinking
Okay.
that the wise thing to do is to move it to the library, or?
The library or here, somewhere where we can access it, and the people cleaning it out can access it 24/7. I mean,
Yeah.
that's,
I mean, I don't mind
That's
if
the
it goes
issue.
here out back. We already have the battery drop box, the
Yeah.
drug drop box.
yep.
Yeah.
And
Sand
we have
pile out there,
people
put
on
beside
a
that.
weekly basis coming in
All
with
right, well, yeah,
batteries
so put
Whatever.
that, yeah,
Whatever.
let's think
Take care
about
of
it
it.
and put it
on the.
It sounds logical to put it at the
Continuation for
library to
next-
me,
for
but
the-
let's, I gotta
yeah.
agree with Don on that, but
All right, any other public
let's move it.
comment?
Yep.
I appreciate it.
No more
That's
public
it.
comment? No, we have nobody on?
Nope.
All right,
On that subject or others?
public comment,
comment.
that's not on the
Not on
agenda.
the agenda.
Well, I have something to say unless Fire Hill's on the agenda still.
is.
It is.
I'll wait my turn.
Okay. Okay, Rutland Regional Planning Commission Plan 2026 mapping. Hello, Devin.
So, Kim let me know that you all wanted me to come back and answer any questions that you might have. Hopefully you all had a chance to review the final draft map that we released in July.
Yep.
There's been substantial changes to the map. I'm happy to report that every revision that was requested from every town in the region that met the statutory definition, we made that change. We deferred greatly to all the towns in that decision-making, but at the end of the day, we still have to follow statute. As unfortunate as it may be, that's sort of what we're up against. We are the first plan to go before the Land Use Review Board for a pre-review of our map and our plan. That's gonna be happening in mid-September. So the map as it is today is what is going to be submitted to the Land Use Review Board. Now, they have ultimate authority, and they're gonna provide a lot of comments, along with several state agencies, about whether our plan or our map, in their opinion, meets statute. So, while I say it's a final map, it's the final draft. I mean, there's still a chance that the Land Use Review Board could make changes to our map based on their interpretation of the statute, specifically 4348A and those specific land use categories laid out in statute. So, we do have posted online a web map version and a PDF version, and I brought a printed regional map for you, but I also have queued up online, and I can share my screen if you guys want, the before and after, what we brought you guys in April, and then what we're proposing now in July.
Okay.
And I know you all had a lot of very specific changes, and I think we were able to make nearly all of them, besides a few that we just cannot pass that straight face test within the statute. And I'm happy to reference those. We also have them listed right here on the side of the map. We'll give this to Ann if you.
Just hang it right up here.
Perfect.
Devin's already.
And I know it's regional, so,
Yeah, Logan had said he tried to give me a Pittsford one.
yeah, we were not able to. We're so flat out right now.
I don't know why we can't have a Pittsford map. If we're gonna approve this, I think we have to have a Pittsford map in front of us.
Well, we have plenty of digital versions, and I'll put one up right up on the screen. for
Well, we're
you.
gonna block out Mr. Mills if we do that. That's the
He'll
only
be able to see
problem.
it from
He'll
his
be able
end.
to
You'll be able to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why don't I go ahead and join, and I don't know if you need to change permissions and to allow me to share or not, but
I think
just the sort of back and forth I think will be helpful.
it should work.
Devin, can you also tell me, what is the LURB?
The Land Use Review Board is the new Act 250 Commission. They are in charge of implementing Act 250 and all these changes through Act 181. So there are member panel that were all appointed by the governor. And they are requiring us to do this pre-review, and then when we submit our final plan, in the past, regional planning commissions, our actual board of commissioners were the only ones, which
Right.
Donna sits on, and the only ones to approve our regional plan. Now it has another level of approval. The land use review board has to make that approval as well. So while our commission might promote a certain plan and map, if it doesn't jive with the land use review board, it will not be in effect. So
So the Land Use Review Board is the old District 1 commission?
we still have a District 1 commission, the state level Act 250 commission.
State level, all
Yeah.
right.
So let me go ahead and share, and I think this will potentially be helpful. This thing will go away. Oh, God, come on. Don't do this. There we go. Okay. And I can zoom.
It's on the screen, Mark.
A little bit more. So,
Can you see it, Dave?
it's good, and I'm happy to zoom in even more. But why don't we get the sort of like bird's eye view first? So this is the map that was brought to you all in April for your review and comment and revision. There was substantial comments around the rural areas as well as your village center, planned growth area, village area. And there was several requests around expanding the village area as far as we can around your current village center designation. So you, as you can see, and I'll zoom in, you know, it was fairly limited in size. Right here, pretty much around your pre-existing village center. We had a small transition infill area, but overall pretty small. So if we look and just sort of go back and forth between these two options, you'll see not only did we grow your village area and planned growth area, specifically in the areas of Route 7, Furnace Road, Plains Road, Elm Street, and the neighborhood development around Elm Street. But you'll also notice we substantially changed the rural general category as well. That's the yellow on the screen. You can see it's expanded pretty significantly. We added a 300-foot buffer around buildings. Before it was only a 50-foot buffer. We felt like that was not adequate to really indicate the land use patterns along our corridors. You know, I think it's easy to say that where our roads are, there's, you know, residential development in the rural areas, and it's kind of unfair to just cut out those little buildings and not show the full corridor. So we try to expand that area as well. If we look and zoom in just a little bit more here into your village area specifically, and we'll do the same over here. So there were a lot of requests around, okay, we want to see this specific area changed. We want to see more along Elm Street and then this housing development here. So when we did that, we were able to really expand this village area. It's actually now one of the biggest village areas in the region. Obviously, it's pretty sparsely developed where your recreation areas, but it felt weird to cut that out because it really is a mixed use area, right? And there is potential for more infill development there. The areas
rec
we
area?
weren't, what? Sorry, go
In
ahead.
our rec area?
No,
No,
for like
around
Furnace
town.
Furnace
Oh.
Road.
Side of town, whole side of town. It's not as dense as the village, right? And then south, there was a discussion around wanting to see more village area here down on Route 7. It really does not meet the definition of that sort of mixed-use historic settlement pattern. It's Route 7 strip, you know, that's,
It's commercially zoned on
Yep.
both sides all the way along.
yep.
We didn't talk about expanding the village area, we talked about it leaving it open for development, which is where our commercial areas are.
Yep. So transition infill is still a growth future land use area. It
All of
does,
7 except for the Pullmanville,
except for where, sorry?
the Mainvilles,
Yes, yeah, Yeah.
is commercial zoned along that road.
yeah, and that's,
That and
totally
part of
fine.
Route 3 is really all we have for commercial frontage in this town.
yep, and that's totally fine. Again, you know, this is not a replacement for your zoning, right?
We're concerned that it's pushing that way.
That's way above my pay grade, right? That's a legislative question. As it functions right now within Act 181, this will,
I don't have a real good confidence in that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't trust them at all.
I don't
so,
blame you. I don't blame
yeah.
you. That's totally fair. Just know that, you know, I have to work within the confines of the law. We're trying to stretch and please know this. We approach this project as we are going to stretch the benefit for every community as far as we can reasonably do so. And I think we've done that. If you look at these 2 different maps, that's a significant change in potential benefit, especially around Act 250. And again, this map only relates to Act 250. Your zoning districts, if the project does not trigger Act 250, will not change. You know, and even if it does,
Everything triggers Act 250 though, Devin. I mean, when it comes
Well, I
to
mean-
commercial almost.
almost all commercial, right? I mean,
Yeah.
depending on the situation. For you guys, I can't remember, are you a 1 acre or a 10 acre town?
Working towards,
Yeah. 1 acre.
One.
One acre.
we're
One.
working towards 1 acre. Right
Okay.
now, we're 10 acre.
Yeah.
But once everything's approved by hopefully the end of the year, we will be
Yeah.
1 acre.
So are there any
For
sort
business
of
development?
questions, comments, concerns specific land use categories that we're proposing within this new revision?
Hand up. Dave, do you have your hand up, or did you just click on your little hand? Is that the, no?
No, that's it, that's her mouse.
Okay.
Oh.
Did you have any questions, though, now that I've just,
Called you.
called you out?
No, I mean, the area that I had concern with, I think it's hard to tell specifically, but I think it's pretty close to where it should be.
Okay. I can zoom out a little bit again to see if that'll help. And I'm happy to dump this link in the chat too, Dave, if you'd prefer. There's also this online map that we can zoom in and out of. Let me try to... There's the online version, which I should be using. It's a little bit easier to zoom in and out of. Just the ortho background can be a little much at times. So as just a reminder, follow-up, most of you all know this, so it's probably doesn't even bear repeating, but you know, we're doing significant work with the Town Planning Commission, got through the EEP process, we're now working with you on your zoning, we're gonna be doing some subdivision.
Subdivision's done. first draft.
Subdivision's done, sorry, zoning, then town plan, all in the hopes that will position you all to be able to take full advantage of a potential Act 250 partial exemption, if nothing else, through Act 181 as a Tier 1B community.
Yep.
Which everything in pink, all shades of pink, would be that 50 units or less on 10 acres or less for residential Act 250 exemption. Now, who knows what's going to happen this session? I hear there's quite a bit of motivation to see, from the governor's office, to see the exemptions expanded, which would be probably music to everyone's ears. So stay tuned. We're only operating in this singular vein, but I have a strong suspicion that there will be additional changes down the line.
Okay, great. Does anybody have any questions? No, thank you.
You're gonna assure us that this map is purely for this, it's 181,
Yes,
the Act 250 exemptions.
correct.
It's not gonna blanket us up on this other commercial area that we have in town.
Again, it's only relevant in Act
To that.
250 proceedings, that is it. So any other development, it really has no bearing whatsoever. And truly, in the Act 250 conversation, it's really whether you're in or out. So like status quo for many communities in our region, right? So like,
What do you mean by that?
So like,
Water and sewer.
so for these, like, land use categories, if you opt into the tier 1, tier 1A, or tier 1B, then you potentially can get some exemptions to Act 250, right? If you don't, right? Let's say Pittsford does nothing. They're like, we're just gonna do nothing. Nothing will change for your town. It'll be exactly the way it is now as it relates to Act 250. So if let's say, town line equipment or somebody wants to expand, build a whole new facility, they're outside the planned growth area, or you guys don't opt into 1A or 1B, they're gonna go through Act 250 either way, just like they would today, right? So, technically there's no harm, no foul there, it's just status quo. That is the biggest difference,
Seems backwards to try to lob up all the population within a village zone. And it concentrated animal feeding operations are taboo in this state, but you want to stack all the people in the village.
Yeah.
Makes zero sense on environmental. And I think that's my biggest concern. You're putting 50 units on 10 acres, up to, right? That was the
Yeah.
thing. And you're just going to put them in the sewer system and let it go like it does in Burlington and flow right into the water. That makes not a lot of sense to me.
But we're
I have a real
building
problem
in
with that.
contingents in our plans, in our zoning, and what we're doing on the planning commission. We're building in a lot, and Logan's helping us with that.
Yeah.
In a lot.
So-
Building in a lot of
Of contingents. So here, you can put 5 trailers here. But no, you can't, because now you've got the frontage issues. Where's the septic going? Not the septic,
Setbacks.
but the
Well,
setbacks.
it seems to be the
yeah.
main driver
All
of
of
this.
that.
It's gotta have
So
septic.
we're really trying to be specific so that can't happen.
There's-
We're
there-
trying to build in, we've got that framework going towards the 1B. So,
I think the whole idea behind the revisions 1B and so forth is to drive the development to the village. And this was an idea that was drafted a number of years ago, and it was a big bone of contention in this town when they tried to do away with all the commercial development other than in the village. And I think there's a sour taste that still lingers from that.
Yeah, let's not, mince words here. I mean, the state land use planning goal is dense village historic
That's what
settlement
I'm
pattern.
referring to, and it's a
It's wrong.
political movement,
Yep.
and they're utilizing Act 250
To do it.
As
for
a
their
weapon.
political idea.
Yeah.
And I think it's being rushed. I think it's being rushed on purpose, so the general person on the street doesn't have any idea about it.
Like we're getting granted extra things
Yeah.
just for you, and then tie us up in another
And
way.
it's all
I don't
for
want
an
a lot of comfort.
enhancement of their political idea of cookie-cutter towns and pristine rural areas where the people that own property in rural areas are gonna foot the bill.
That is a concern. And, I guess the proof will be in the pudding on this one. Will this really spur development? Will it not?
So why can't this wait another year?
Legally, it can't wait a year.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're pushing.
so
Right,
that brings me
76.
to my next question. Do you have any inkling, and not to put you on the spot, but why the governor had to have this blurb, so this extra layer in this?
It's technically not a extra layer. It is a kind of one-to-one replacement, right, of the former Act 250 is a conversion to this paid state board that kind of existed before within the state level Act 250 commission. There's a lot of unknowns about how this is going to function, how the approvals are going to go. There's still a lot
How
of
it's gonna end up.
rulemaking left to do between now and the end of 2026. All I know is regional planning commissions have a mandate to update our plans, update these maps by the end of 2026. Our plan expires in June, so we are already on track to update our plan either way. I can tell you this, and hopefully you have all had a chance to review our plan. We are very pro-development in our plan. We have very limited language that is restricting development at all. So when we review Act 250 applications, and I say we, it's really you all, right? It's Donna, it's all our commissioners, I don't have a vote. what they do is they review Act 250 for two things. Does it constitute significant regional impact? So we have a definition, right now the definition is very limited, does it impact 2 or more towns? Our future definition will be much more specific, so we can actually hone in. And it's not good or bad, it's just it's just an opportunity to weigh in. And then the second aspect is, does it conform with the regional plan? So if our regional plan is fairly pro-development, which I think it very much does while meeting statute, then that'll allow us to sort of weigh in and support of future development in the region, which, during my time as director of the Regional Planning Commission, we have not voted once against an Act 250 major application. We've voted in support of all of them, because we understand there's a huge need for housing, there's a huge need for commercial space, and there's a huge need for jobs, well-paying jobs. So that's where we're trying to focus our energy through this update, and understand that we are limited in what we can do based on that statute, and we're just trying to work the best within that framework. So we're really trying to be as deferential to you all in this process, and that's why we have spent so much time going back and forth on these maps to try to get them as close as we possibly can within this limited time frame. So yeah.
I have just 2 questions. You do understand why we have these concerns about our commercial areas. We're very concerned that it's not you.
Yeah.
That this excuse me if I say
Yep,
that, I don't
that's
mean
okay.
to. But we really want to guard, we only have a little bit in Pittsford.
Yeah.
And we don't want to give it away to something that Montpelier came up with, because that's not in our plan.
And it's important
I hope
tax
you just
revenue.
understand how we're concerned about that.
And it's important tax revenue.
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And a future. I mean,
Right.
we don't know what could happen. That 600 feet along 7 and 3 that we have designated could be very important in the future to our town, and we don't
Yeah.
want to tie ourselves up saying, oh, we got all this room in the village, which we
Yeah,
don't.
don't.
There's not that much acreage.
Yeah.
And just something from a county aspect, does the county committee and all of you really buy into this idea that stuffing everything in the village is environmentally sound practice? Because, and let me just finish the statement, then you can comment. When you spread it out and encourage rural development on a logical scale with private septics that are spread out and they don't concentrate into any water source or use any water source, that works. The best solution to pollution is dilution. It's not concentration. I mean, does that make any sense to the committee? I mean,
Yeah, I think
Please help me with
I
that.
think
Oh
the
my God.
commission, I can't speak for everybody.
No,
but
that's fair.
by and large, the conversations so far through the last 2 years of plan development have been, we need development, both commercial and residential, across the spectrum. That includes rural, that includes downtowns, and everything in between. We need housing, we need business growth, we need development. Now, does the plan and does the commission support smart growth principles? Absolutely. Because there is.
this is your definition of smart growth, right? Or
Statutory
theirs.
statutory definition.
It's not smart, it's the village, yeah.
Right,
Okay.
which, there's a lot of efficiency gained with smart growth, right? Both within transportation, energy, land use, all the rest. That being said,
I wouldn't agree with that,
we are up
yeah.
against a couple big caveats with all of this, which is repeat damages from flooding. And a lot of our villages exist along waterways, so
Good
that's
point.
a
Yep.
challenge. We need to learn to grow up and away from that flooding. That's huge.
Okay.
The other thing is, at the same time, Vermont has this really unique historical settlement pattern that models smart growth, and we have been able to sort of reduce sprawl as a result. In our commission, I don't think support rampant sprawl that you see in New Jersey at all, and I think there's a balance there of we can develop in the right
Do you really
places.
think we want New Jersey here? I mean, we're talking about being realistic, I think, more than New Jersey.
No, I know, but it can happen, man. It can, right? So it's not right
It
now.
has to.
We're not building anything. But
1970.
either way, I think the point is, I think context-sensitive design is sort of the goal of our plan. Whereas if you're in a rural area, the development should fit the context of a rural area. So we don't want a Walmart on Route 3 in a cornfield, right?
No.
But do we want a housing complex or a small business? Yeah, and they should be able to do that. So, that's what we're trying to do, is balance this out within the sort of
Okay,
tools
but
that we
do you
have.
see what happens with the 1B, and somebody wants to develop 10 or 12 1-acre lots, let's say, that's gonna fall under Act 250 review. If you put it into the 1B district, they don't have to deal with Act 250. Am I correct?
Right.
That's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the town has to permit it, has to step in.
It will go through the local permitting process,
Correct.
correct?
So
Yeah.
you take that same 10 acres outside of the village in a planned residential unit that has to go through Act 250.
Yes.
Now it's got to deal with the Agency of Natural Resources and the bat population and 2 or 3 cattails and so forth. So it becomes, believe me, I've done it for 45 years.
Oh, yeah.
It's economically infeasible.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, through the grapevine, what we're hearing from developers is the permitting is not necessarily the problem right now, it is the cost. The cost to construct in Vermont is just out of control, especially on the residential side.
Dealing with an Act 250 permit is part of the cost.
Totally, and the time, and the time.
And the time.
And,
So-
and a non-acceptance of accepted septic systems in the rest of the country.
Yeah.
They've limited us to these systems that are very expensive, and they
Oh, yeah.
disallow single-family houses.
Towns.
And there's plenty of systems that can be adapted here that the state won't look at because they're trying to control the land.
that's true.
That is that's expensive, $50,000 for a septic, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So
So-
you see where we're coming from.
Totally, yeah.
And people who come to Vermont don't want to live in a city, they come here to live in the rural countryside.
Sure.
So
And,
we'll
you
cram
know,
them in the city. I mean,
natural resources is our number one asset. So, the one thing I'll say is, I think everyone's been begging for some level of Act 250 reform for decades now. Here's our first chance at it. Let's see how it goes. If it proves useful, it'll be great. If it doesn't, let's hope there's a legislative fix.
Yeah.
We just want you to understand our concerns. And
And you're not alone.
This isn't coming from him anyways, I think he's
It's
done a
actually
great job.
coming from you.
Well, I know, so it's coming from the state level, and he's,
No,
the
I mean,
regional's doing a
trust me.
great job working within what the state has,
Yep, and
set
we've
forth.
heard these same exact comments in many other towns, Clarendon, Danby, everywhere in between. We'll see what happens.
In a nutshell, I think Act 250, which starts with the politicians in Montpelier, and we won't get into their party affiliations, but they are using Act 250, filtered down through the district commissions, to push their agenda of concentrated towns.
100% correct.
And I think the towns are gonna lose their old-time identity as well.
Yeah, yes.
The state and the Fed already control like 28% of the land in this state, and now they say they want 50. Where's the tax return gonna come on that? It doesn't make a lot of sense.
We can beat this
Yeah.
horse to
No,
death.
I know, I think we are
It's
gonna
not
probably, yeah.
your problem,
So,
but
but at the same
We got a lot
time,
of
Yeah, yeah, I'm
details to
sorry.
get through, no, it's okay, it's okay.
no, I get it. Like, at the end of the day, we work for you guys.
Right.
And we're here to try to help in every way that we can within that,
Yeah.
what we're allowed to do, so.
And again, yeah, thanks, I mean, you did a good job getting us as best as we can get, again, within the limited framework.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for the
Yeah,
time,
thank
and we'll be in touch as we continue through this adoption process. Again, September's a big milestone. We expect to issue warnings for our first public hearings sometime in December, and hoping to have those hearings in January through April. And we are looking to host like a lot of satellite hearing locations, so if Pittsford's interested in being one of those, we'd love
Yeah.
if you guys would be willing to host us, so.
Okay.
We can talk more about that
Yeah.
as the time comes.
All right, sounds good.
One last procedure question. Is this just approved for them to go forward with, or does it?
Technically, you don't need to vote or do anything, because it's the regional commission that does the voting.
This is our piece in their
In
map.
there,
so they allow us to beat them up, but
But
this
we're
is
not
their
allowed
baby.
to have a say.
Well, I mean,
We've had to say.
We made all the changes,
You,
yes.
we
for
did
him,
have
so
a
you have
say,
a
yeah,
say.
so it did, I mean, he
Well,
had,
all the changes we could, right, yeah.
but Regional did get, our village designation is bigger than, you know.
Yeah, village area, plain growth area. Alrighty,
All right, well, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks, Dave.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
If I might,
Briefly, because we've been talking about this
it
for a
almost
really long
sounds
time.
counterintuitive to what the town wants to do.
Yeah.
You can show me pictures.
We could, philosophically, we could talk about this all night, because I don't think
Oh, yeah.
any of us really agree with
they're doing.
with the state's, you know,
Yeah.
grander plan, but that's, we have, we live in a Dillon rule state, so.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, so, village tax changes may be needed due to updated mapping.
So, I don't know how aware or not aware we are, but in our tax rates, we have village as one of them, and it pays for the lights in
Right.
town. As this village growth area is going to grow, are we going to try to keep the village as its, and the lights as its own, I don't know, like
Entity.
fund, entity in the taxes, or do we want to roll it to general fund so it's spread through everyone in
If you
town?
spread it out, you're gonna have streetlights and the whole
know.
entire, that's.
Well,
We've
that's
had this
another thing
discussion
we're gonna have
hundreds
to-
of times.
Once the
Only where the streetlights are.
enlarged
That's where the village.
village district goes, if it was a project, they'd have to deal with Act 250, they're gonna want sidewalks
Yep.
for interconnectivity, they're gonna want the
Streetlights.
lighting, and all of that.
I think that's a food for thought thing that we're maybe jumping the gun on, and maybe in the meantime, we should be thinking about that, certainly.
correct.
But then also maybe look to see what other towns, like, didn't Pulteney didn't they merge theirs way before this Act 181
Tried
stuff?
to do this several times.
It's been almost fisticuffs at,
Yeah,
at
town
town
meetings.
meetings.
Because, why should I pay for the streetlights that I don't use?
Right.
People in their house, this is where it was coming
And,
from.
and I, like I said, I can see
Oh, yeah,
both
it's
points and
both
everything.
sides.
I'm just saying, as this develops and we see that dark area
Yeah.
become
Bigger.
larger,
I used to-
it's
I won't pay the
gonna,
tax, I want a streetlight.
We're gonna have to address it as we move forward,
Yeah,
but you could go
let's-
on the same road as if you live on a state
Well,
highway.
the point that I'm trying to
Yeah.
make is if Act 250 is not involved, is our local zoning gonna start requiring these?
I don't believe so.
So,
As it stands at
Dave's
this
got his
point.
hand up.
We're off topic.
Yeah, Dave,
I
I
did.
know.
Yeah, so I think we're way ahead of the gun on even.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly,
This is a draft map.
yep.
Right.
So we have no idea they're even gonna allow us to do what's on that map.
Right.
So it's a moot.
Moot
question
point,
at this
exactly.
point.
Yeah, no, agreed. Well,
Wasting a lot
so,
of time on
so
that.
have it in the back of our mind and we'll move on.
No,
Um,
that's something.
Oh, yeah, but
It's
something we're not gonna change
some kind
tonight.
of mess.
All right, Fire Hill concerns update, and you are, what are, any?
I haven't seen Jeff to find out if he sent out the letters or not
Okay.
that were revised.
Okay.
It was just one of those things that we've been having it on old business and I just
Yeah,
continued
yeah.
to put it on there. But Gary did
Was it-
revise the letters.
Wasn't he directed to inform us on this?
He was.
Jeff?
Jeff?
He was supposed to send out the letters that Gary revised after the last conversation and we figured out who was deeded who. Gary went back, corrected the letters to be mailed. I don't know if they were certified mailed yet or not, because I have not seen Jeff. Jeff and I have been working. like
Gary, the
today.
attorney?
Yes. Jeff was in today, I was out today because my son had his wisdom teeth pulled, so I haven't had a chance. And Jeff does not like to reply to emails at times, so it makes it difficult.
All right, so we don't know if
So-
those went out yet.
I will find out.
Yep.
All right, so those letters are ready to go out if they haven't, correct?
Yes, they've been ready for a week or two.
Well, can we entertain a motion to tell Jeff?
I thought we
to
did that
get those?
already.
I
We
thought
did that
had
already.
that.
We did
We've done that.
It's supposed to been gone already.
So let's
If they're not gone, we need to know that they're not mailed.
right,
I will
And
find
at
out.
that point, I think maybe we need somebody else in that office.
yeah. Let us know ASAP. You can, you can send us all an email that we won't reply to. So to not violate open meeting laws, but just to give us that
Yeah.
information.
I can. He'll
That'd
be
be
in
great.
Friday and I'll
Yep.
be here Friday.
Okay. Anything, Dave, do you have anything on this topic? Okay. I know you do.
I am absolutely astounded
I can agree.
what is this, 4 years into it?
I don't.
4 years into it, and those letters have not been mailed? They were talked about, it was supposed to happen. Now I'm gonna go to current, how's that? I'll walk away from that and take a breath. So, where should I start? 2 weeks ago, I had our friends, the Fortins, over. We do play dates every weekend, their house, our house, their house, so forth and so on, with the dogs.
So this happened at your house, I'm gonna make that
This happened at
clear.
my house,
Okay,
yes.
Go ahead.
And great time, great day, had a beer, they left. Got a call. Oh, by the way, Nick had 5 nails in one tire and 2 in the other rear tire, which cost us $1,000. We paid for, wouldn't you offer to pay for his tires if you did it on your property? Well, we did, so foolish for us. With that said, if I may approach, let me back up. This actually started April 30th, 2025. Unbeknownst to me, that somebody put nails in my driveway and I got 3 flat tires. I have the bill right here to prove it. I thought it was because I was traveling to Home Depot, and I actually called them up and blamed them for nails in their yard. And now I'm realizing that had nothing to do with Home Depot. But here are the rest of the nails that I didn't get the nails from Nick.
Point of order.
I think I have.
Point of
to-
order, please, excuse me. I have to ask, was this reported to the police department?
Yes, sir.
Then why is it coming in front of us?
Well, I want you to know about it.
We know about it.
Okay.
Okay,
We're all aware of it.
okay, the nails?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're all aware
How
of it.
about, and
Did
this
you
is
report,
another-
did you report it, though? Have you followed up with the police department on it?
I came here, I gave a report to Ann, and she took it forward,
Okay.
correct?
So it was given to the police department?
He did a statement with the police department.
Okay.
I handed it off to one of our officers, and they met with
You
Greg.
really can't do anything, because who did it, right?
Okay, well, that's what I'm just saying.
I know,
I think
so, yeah.
we're out of our realm a little bit, because I think that goes
Yep.
to law enforcement, and we are aware, yeah.
Okay, so then I will carry on to further notes. Now, I have been threatened, again, gone to the police, I've been followed in public at a store, from the store to my car. That went to the police. I was to the police department again today to make sure everything was happening or something was happening. They really can't do much for somebody following me. For some reason, I'm not intelligent enough to take my phone out and show them I got a phone and I'm picturing it. So that's all I have to say. I'll drop it because, like you said,
It really
it
is,
doesn't belong here now.
it is a police issue.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Greg. Yep,
All right,
By
thank
all
you.
means, video and pictures.
and give it to them.
Right. So, thank you.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Do you want the nails?
I don't know.
I'll
Maybe-
tell it to you.
Give them to the
But
police
keep,
department.
yeah, give them to the police. And they might want them. All right, TAPCO quote, for the.
Stop. Hold on,
Dave has a
Dave
question.
Oh, what? What's going on?
Might I make a suggestion
Yes.
that Greg run a magnet down his driveway?
Yeah.
See if there really are nails there, and if they match those nails.
Do you have a way to do
That's what
that?
I did after I got the phone call. I went down, I had two regionally
This isn't ours.
large magnets, and I dragged them across the driveway, and that's how I picked these nails up. And then after that, I brought one of those magnet brooms that's 22 inches wide, and I go down the driveway with that before I leave my house.
All right, thank you, Dave. We're gonna move on from that. All right, TAPCO quote for the crosswalk. This was the
So-
blinking cross lights.
The blinking cross lights for Kamudas, we're still waiting on the final part of our 1111 permit, but the pricing keeps going up on these, so I would like approval to buy these before the price goes up again.
This is getting,
Did you, no, and these are the identical ones that are in front of, the
Dollar
church
General
and the
and-
Dollar General and the school?
Chad priced these out, but as far as I'm aware, yes, they're the identical ones, like, because that's what we had discussed with regional and with V-Trans, that they were gonna be identical to what's
Okay. And then did you look into transportation alternatives as for grant funding?
So if we do the grant, it's gonna be another year before we actually see the money to be able to do it. And I've had numerous people begging for this to be done, and
Okay.
it's only a 50%
That's even with
match.
that was with this new grant, cycle?
So with the new grant cycle, we wouldn't know if we got it or not until March, and we would not see the money until September of next
Okay,
year. And
then-
it only covers 50% of it, so we're talking about,
Well, 80%, but
So-
yeah.
no, because it's a small one. It's not a big one.
Oh, okay.
Smalls
So
are
we're
50/50.
waiting for
Yes.
V-Trans approval?
So we already have,
We already have
yeah,
that.
that's a difference. The permit, yeah, that permit, we're waiting for, but also we did make a motion a
Right.
long time ago to approve
To
the
approve it,
expenditure.
yes.
But it's up.
That was two town
Did we put a
managers
cap on
ago.
Did we put like a number to
It's
it?
usually
Probably,
based on the quote,
yeah.
and sometimes depending on the purchase.
Then we could do an
Up to
updated
the
So,
motion.
one question. Is there another option besides TAPCO, or is that about it?
This is the cheapest of the
Oh,
three
it
that we
is. You've
tried.
already looked at that. I'd like to make a motion that we move on ordering this
Okay.
for the amount of $8,687.27.
Any further questions,
I would
comments?
just like to clarify what approval do we need and from whom?
It's an 1111 permit, and we're waiting on a graphic. Regional Planning Commission is supposed to help me with it. If they don't help me with it shortly, I will be taking the picture and figuring out how to politely like, make little boxes and draw in exactly what we need to do, because I'm not very good with clip
So
art.
it's
and
a
different things.
V-Trans approval.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause
And
it's
how
on Route
long have
7.
they had it?
That's a long story that I don't think we should probably go into. It should have happened
It's-
years ago, and
Yeah.
somebody dropped the ball.
Yep.
So we had to start from scratch.
Scratch.
Yeah.
So Ann is doing it from scratch. So, but
Thank you.
I imagine the motion is contingent upon the approval of
Yep.
the 1111 permit. So, any
Thank-
further questions on, hold on, we're in the middle of a motion. Any further questions about, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you for hearing me.
yes,
I will be back, I can assure you.
please, please
And I
come
will,
back.
Dave, thank you very much for letting me speak.
Okay,
Dan, excuse me.
Thanks, Greg.
Have a great day.
you guys all have
See
your,
you.
take care, you guys, your
Yeah, you
name
got to-
tags are on the
Greg
wrong.
does.
Yeah.
Because his chair's there.
Holy crap, we'll fix that.
Mine's right.
Yeah, mine wasn't.
Okay, updated personnel policy, so there was basically, the compensation I saw was different, so getting payout for unused sick time, was that?
Yeah, up to 40 hours a year. Same with vacation.
So where did that come from?
We sometimes have employees with financial issues that, you know, if your washing machine breaks, your car breaks down, and you unexpectedly have a medical expense kind of thing.
We have a problem with employees, that's right.
But, and then instead
That's
of,
what somebody had specifically asked us to be able to get cash
yeah,
instead of time off.
instead of time off. And then the other big
Is that
change
typical?
is instead of,
I don't
I know.
recall seeing this, that's why I'm asking, I did
Unusual.
outline it.
You know.
Where's it located, Ann?
It's page 11. I'm sorry, it's cash out of sick time. That's 40 hours of sick time, I didn't see that one, I didn't know. That's another one. Wait a second, got two different ones in here where they can cash out of sick
Yeah,
time?
there's
sick, no, sick and vacation too.
That's two, yeah. I saw it somewhere else, didn't I? I thought I highlighted
Dave has a
this.
question, please.
Dave, yes?
Uh,
Oh boy, hold on, you froze up.
We lost you.
We lost
I'm
him.
reading this,
Start again, because you froze up, so sorry, start from,
no problem, I'm
Sorry.
sorry, this internet.
that's all right.
Personal use of social media.
I didn't see that one.
Something in here that says that they can be on social media during town time, if I read it correctly. I'm not voting for that.
No.
Where did that come from?
That is.
That definitely wasn't something that was in red. I only looked at the updates.
So, I get,
I don't know where that is.
What page is that on? Do you have that, do you have it in front of you?
I'm trying to find it.
so there's two different ones here. I'm going back to the 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
There's one for vacation, and there's 40 hours you can cash out for sick.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
No. I knew I marked one, I didn't see the other one.
And how'd that go
Oh,
about
personal
getting
use
put
of
in?
social media.
So
Is it section 17, Dave?
I didn't change anything on this.
where did the changes come from, Ann?
It could be.
Hold on, let's figure out Dave's question first.
It's right here, section 17, page 7. I didn't touch this section. Consistent with section 16, the occasional brief and appropriate personal use of social media is permitted during work hours provided is consistent with this policy, does not interfere with an employee's job duties and responsibilities, and does not have a detrimental effect on employee productivity or the town's operations. That wasn't anything that this is,
Okay, so it's the,
Oh,
so I found it. It's, it's that very first thing. This section applies to employees using social media in their personal, non-official capacity. Personal or non-official use of social media means day-to-day use of social media by employees that is unrelated to their official work duties. Or employees' personal or non-official use of social media may occur during work.
Did you see it?
I don't know, that was in there
I'm
before.
telling you, it's in there.
Yeah.
I'm not-
No, we see it, we see it.
Yeah, it's there.
So, I'm not sure, I know I've been using my personal account to answer questions in the Pittsford, Vermont community. I don't know if it's referring to that. I don't know.
So, I guess
Right.
first, the changes we got, who put the changes in? Did you do them, or did somebody else?
The ones in red.
The ones in red are yours?
I did after having, a staff meeting and these were changes that the staff were asking
Dave
for.
has another question.
Yep, go ahead, Dave.
Going back to what Ann just said, that isn't what this says. This says, employees' personal or non-official use of media. So it basically says employees' personal use of social media may occur during work.
That's,
So,
let's-
talking about, Ann, was official work, responding to somebody.
Yeah, that's
This is
official.
not talking about this. This is going online and
playing the game.
I don't
playing
know.
the game or
Yeah.
whatever.
So that's something, that's something we're gonna have to bring up at another meeting,
Yep.
because that's actually already currently in the personnel policy that we approved. And we're just talking about the changes that were proper to us.
This was,
No, I know.
this was approved. Is it up to be?
Everything that's in black is already what is our.
All I
current
did was-
personnel policy.
So
It's what's in
this-
red that is the projected.
This personnel policy, is this up for renewal or alteration?
No, it's pretty new. We did this just
So we did it in
not even 2 years ago.
we did it in 2023, we made slight changes in 2024, I believe. When I met with employees, for 2 different staff meetings, they had brought me concerns they had. One of them being the birthday floating holiday, they don't like that one, so.
I was just
Some
gonna
of
say,
that
so they
stuff
want,
is-
they want Christmas Eve
Some
off
of that's
instead
from
of.
the contract,
Yeah,
right?
some of this is in the contract, and
Contract, so.
we're talking about some huge changes
Yeah.
in
So-
accrual rates and things.
I know.
A
So
point
the
of order,
accrual rates, all I did, so this here, all I did was multiply it.
No, I do. I think that we
Across.
should just.
point of order,
Yeah.
I think this needs to be tabled to at least the next meeting so we
need to
can review this
Yep.
in bigger
My question
detail.
is, can it be revised at
course
this
it can.
Oh, well,
point?
we can
Yeah.
revise
Revise
it anytime we want, yeah.
Sure can.
But we have to stay within the contract that we
Yeah, the
negotiated
contract.
with the
Yeah.
union on something,
Right.
so we need to be looking at both.
Yeah,
So-
and at that time, Dave, we can also then really look at that social
Yeah.
media piece.
This map that you're talking about with the reds here.
Yeah.
All I did was multiply by 12 across the board. So it's just the 4 hours per month multiplied by 12 is 48 hours accrued.
Okay.
Because,
Well, let's each do our own
Let's,
thinking and research on this.
yeah, I wanna
and,
look a little deeper in here, I
Yeah.
guess. Thank you very much, Chair.
All right, select board approval to start tax sale notification process. We've all seen our delinquent accounts, so we just, what?
Nothing, I won't. I just,
So this is just a typical yearly, approval to allow, the town manager to go ahead and, start the
tax
process.
sale.
could I ask one question?
Sure.
All the repayment agreements in place, are they timely or are they long-term? Because some of these,
So-
we have 30,000 on some accounts, just the,
Most of them are timely. If you're looking at parcel 1130, that's in probate court right now, so
Okay.
we're getting something every month, and it's
Okay.
consistently every month.
The probate court decides.
But probate, it's in probate, so there's not a lot that can be done with that one.
Okay.
The ones that say repayment
was
agreement
that
and
one?
their property number is circled,
Which number did she say?
they're the ones that are not following their agreements and they are eligible possibly to go to tax sale.
Okay.
I've given them like a final warning, like you need to follow your payment agreement or this will be eligible
Those
for
were the
tax sale.
parcels circled.
The parcel
correct?
number circled, yes.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Sorry, I
Nope, just
didn't
wanted
write out
clarification.
the chart. And there's a couple of them that are complex here that are gonna take some digging into some more. They've been
I
long-term,
noticed that note, yep. Okay.
issues.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yep.
So could we have a motion to allow, Ann to begin the process of tax sale notifications?
Second.
Any further questions or discussion on that? All in
Dave,
favor?
did you see your hand?
Oh, is he raising? Yeah, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, okay, camping on public lands, or public parks ordinance, this was something we kind of discussed already.
We had discussed it a while ago. I took this from another town.
I know, it still has public nudity in section 7. Was it a public nudity ordinance?
Yep. So I will change that part. Sorry.
We already have one of those.
Thank you for seeing that. I missed that.
And then just out of curiosity, because you took it from someone else's, but, between 9 PM and 8 AM, just seems kind of,
Tight.
well, it just seems kind of arbitrary.
Yeah.
Well, we can change it to whatever. I
don't want kids to see people sleeping at the rec and,
Noon.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't know if it's just the,
So, we could just eliminate between the hours of and just say,
Period.
yeah, just right after public parks, period, yeah.
Period.
for sleeping,
Or, yeah, right. my
period,
brain's in
and
the
then
wrong
get rid of
spot, correct.
between the hours,
Between,
blah, blah,
yeah.
blah.
What was that?
Oh, did you knock
Just-
David
just-
Mills over? Was that yours?
No, I knocked myself over.
Knocked yourself over.
Okay. And then, yeah, just the,
Yep,
there was that typo at the bottom and then.
sorry about that.
No, it's,
I didn't see anything else. I missed that nudity thing.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Do you have anything on that, Dave?
Yeah.
All right, do we wanna, are we interested in continuing to look at this and think more about it? Do people wanna
Well,
move ahead with this?
I need to just modify it. If you wanna approve it next
Yeah,
meeting.
I think just
Yeah.
modify
Well, we
it, then
could.
then we can acknowledge it. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty good besides that.
Okay. All right,
So that's gonna be tabled.
yeah. Sometimes we just approve things like bait, you know?
Yeah.
When?
We should.
Well, no, I was just getting, no, but
No, I know.
when, like, you know, anyways. Just saying when it would be altered. Okay. This is all, yeah. Well, oh, I guess, yeah, potential YouTube channel for meeting videos. I threw me off that it was on new business, because we did talk about it before, didn't we?
I could not find it on
Okay.
any
No,
previous.
Not to my knowledge.
No, that's fine.
I searced back.
No, that's fine. So,
So I've been kind of I had been putting our Zoom link with the password on our website under a document so people could try to watch our Zooms. Apparently that doesn't work.
oh,
So I
Oh.
had a conversation with a couple of other town managers to see what they're doing and just kind of looked on other town websites. A lot of them are using a YouTube channel and
Yeah.
then they can just take their Zoom and they download it to YouTube and upload the video of the meeting and then they're in compliance with open meeting law because they have perpetual links. They can just put a link to their YouTube channel on the town website.
Is there a cost to that?
No.
Okay.
it seems like a no-brainer. We need this,
Yep.
we need to have
We need
this
to comply.
documented
Yep.
and kept somewhere, and this way it's kept in,
I don't see an issue when it's
not using up
costing.
our storage space, you know, so.
Yep.
Is this
Motion?
like a need a vote thing?
Motion?
Second.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, before we get to the order, so, yeah, Pittsford Day recap, we
Oh,
did just
yeah.
start that, yeah, so, we really need some good signage.
Yeah.
I was shocked that there wasn't even a sign at the end of Furnace Road on 7. And then the sign at the end of the rec road was like this big. It really was like the size of this paper. I think we could invest in some nice Pittsford Day signs, so, you know?
That was discussed even while the volunteers were all
Yeah.
sitting around. They were discussing the signage. They were also discussing, changing the hours slightly because there seemed to be a giant lull
There is a
between
big
4
lull.
o'clock
Yeah.
and like
Right.
4 and 6-ish. So they're talking about shifting it a little bit to be more afternoon, evening, so it kind of flows
I
better.
think that's logical.
And doing the 5K in the morning, having a break so people can go home, shower, and then come back and do Pittsburgh Day. That was a conversation among the volunteers while we were,
Okay. Do they feel confident then the 5K would happen next year?
so
Because it was like in the town newsletter and everything, and then
Yeah, it
just
was
like.
some
it was,
Yeah.
it was
What happened?
planned on, and the people that normally plan it decided not to at the last minute.
Okay.
I've talked to Liz about it. I used to do color runs all the time when I was PTO president in Proctor. I have all the release forms and everything, so if we wanted to change it into a color run that day for something different that hasn't been done in town,
Okay.
I have all of the stuff for that, so Liz and I are supposed to get together
Okay.
and start discussing that, probably at the first Pittsburgh Day meeting,
All right.
which she's scheduling shortly here. But we did talk about some kind of 5K. I mentioned a color run just for the fun of it.
The only other suggestion I would make is I think we have to have lifeguards present for this function.
She tried, she had one available.
Well, I think that has to be happen somewhere. I think really with the kids there and all the parents, so much
That
going on.
kid's some- yeah,
I think
something
we
else.
really need to have a lifeguard there for that event.
To be honest with you, I kind of want to put it back onto Pleasant Street. It was
I
really
have- I-
cool when we would like,
People say that that's why they don't go anymore.
because it had a more of a street fair vibe. I
Yeah.
was there from noon to 5, and a friend was there at the same time and didn't even know I was there. Things are way too spread out. And I was sitting at the covered bridge table, like, for a good portion of that time. It means she never even went by those. It was the library, the historical society, and the covered bridge all had their tents together, and
It was all
some people didn't even
compact.
see, it's just too spread out. I mean,
There was a lot going on. They had a lot of
Yeah.
stuff there.
and that's been kind of the rec, of course, was awesome. And,
It was-
but,
used to be great there when we had it.
you
I
know,
don't-
but I just think that the street fair kind of vibe that Pleasant Street entailed or created, or whatever word I'm trying to look for, is really cool. And then signage or no signage, people are on 7 driving by and see it, and they're like, oh gosh, I forgot Pittsford Days today.
True, but we had tremendous people coming when we had
The food.
baseball games
Oh.
or events. It brought the families in
Oh, I
and
see
they
what you're,
stayed.
yep.
And those were, you remember those, they were
Yeah.
packed. And they were a lot of fun because
Yeah.
everybody was there. But you have to have a draw,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And we have this beautiful rec area.
I know.
That we should be using. I don't know why we have, I understand your thing of compacting it, that does make fun. But I think we have to do a review on how to,
Yeah.
because it's a great idea, it just didn't seem.
Yeah, no, so I mean, I guess that would, yeah, just, and that's, we have a whole nother year now to really kind of discuss it, but if we didn't go back to, the street fair, situation and kept it at the rec, then you're right, like, maybe then we also have like a disc golf tournament, and then maybe there's games, or maybe there's things that would keep people down there all day.
Whatever you think. You're right, it is spread out there. You don't.
And
And
then-
you could have things in both locations. We used to.
Well, that's true
Years ago,
too,
we had
yeah,
things at both locations.
yep.
Yeah.
Judging by the turnout, I would say that it probably
I
should
was
be one or the other.
disappointed, I was disappointed in the turnout for the band. There wasn't 50 people sitting there.
I know, and that's a
That
good
was very
band.
disappointing.
And that's a really good band.
I didn't go back.
And I had a lady tell me,
I sat with
she
Donna.
wouldn't have known it, only her son happened to look at something, because she didn't know about it.
I know.
She said, your advertising wasn't there.
And there was no schedule out till like a
Till a day or
handful,
two
not even a
before.
week before, it was like days, people were, you
This all
know.
falls under Liz's department.
Yeah, so there was some
We might be
concern.
able to get,
Yeah.
should maybe get together
Right.
with her.
No, I don't know, did
And it
the
was
people
still-
all go up on the upper field to watch the fireworks?
Yeah.
There's nobody down below.
Yeah, no
So-
people going to the
I
upper
don't know where the hell
field.
they were, and you could not see them from down where the pavilion is. You
No.
could not.
Really?
The trees are
Years
too tall.
past, You could see them.
Well, that's not
They
very
didn't
thought
fire
out,
them
then.
up on the bank, which they normally do.
They fired them in the corner, which
In
is
the
a,
corner, it was loud, I'll be honest with you, it was a lousy fireworks show, because I was
Was
sitting
it?
watching it. and I'm
How
like,
much does
wow.
that cost?
I don't know what the cost was.
I don't know off the top
It
of my
was
Usually
head.
a lot.
They-
It wasn't
the-
what I anticipated, I'll be honest with you.
I know they give us a break, but I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
but.
Well, I think there's a lot of things to discuss.
Yeah, I think.
But I think.
Yeah, but also that falls on like, I don't
That's-
want it to all
yeah.
fall on Liz, like there should be a big group of volunteers. We
So,
need more people
Last
to
year she
be.
had 4 or 5. We had a volunteer sheet out at Pittsford Day and only 2 people signed the volunteer sheet.
Yeah,
We gotta
So-
look
Is
at
that
why
the
is.
function of the?
Pittsford Day used to be a whole thing. You used to have silent auction, you used to have a lot of stuff.
I
that
know,
brought a
I
lot
miss-
of people
I
in, a lot of
know,
people
I miss
ask,
it, I
Where's
know.
all that stuff?
Guess
Well,
we probably should look back at history and see what worked
Yeah.
and then go back, whatever location, whatever we do.
right,
But
Would
I
this
think
function better if
People used
we
to
had a rec
dance on
committee
the street,
again?
remember that?
my,
probably.
They would dance down there.
I know.
It was-
And
yeah,
you keep people there.
they
Oh, yeah.
kept people there, but
I think
They
what
don't
you
want it
said
there, they don't want
too
it there.
about the organizations, if they were up like where the food was, that would have been all
Yeah.
kind of compact there.
Right.
And then the activities in the other field.
Yeah, well, like the tents were on the other side of the, you actually had to like either step over the fence, you know, the what's that, you know, just the barrier
Yeah.
along the parking lot there, you know, the wooden barrier. You either had to step over that to get to those tents or like walk through
around.
the gate and around, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
It should
okay,
be
yeah,
like
I
a
didn't
single point of
realize that.
contact where people have,
Yeah.
All
have to
together.
go, you go past
Dave's got it.
everything and see everything. Yes, Dave?
Dave's waving.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm leaving. Aaron, if you look at the comments, made some good comments about field days, Brandon yard sale day. There was a lot of other stuff going on that day
Yeah,
too.
there was.
Oh, I didn't even know she was on. I didn't even see that. Thank you for pointing that out.
What else is happening in the area before they pick the date?
Well, car show in Rutland, that's the other thing. We used to have the car show at Pittsford Day.
Yeah, we did.
Well, point taken, field days is more.
But yeah, no,
active.
Aaron, thank you. That is those are good
That's an
points.
excellent point.
And Brandon Yard Sale has always been the first weekend in August.
Yeah, so maybe, I know, we've been
Northern
kind of,
Pittsburgh Days at the end of August, not the
Yeah,
beginning.
end of that's what I remembered, that my wife and I discussed.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's a lot to be revisited.
yeah, so, but I just wanted to start the conversation while it was all fresh in our minds, like what worked, what didn't work, you know, there was definitely a lot of, this isn't all negative, it was still a
No,
great
that's
day,
not-
you know?
that's beautiful. A lot of stuff for the
Oh my
kids
God,
to
the
do.
weather was perfect, there was a
food was
lot of little
good.
kids there
Yep.
early in the early
great.
part of the day, so,
There was
yeah.
one family that camped out, like, they had like their own little area that they'd set up under the trees. And
Yeah.
they spent all day there. They were there from noon till 9.
Not yet, we gotta do orders first. All right, so
liquor.
orders,
Pulling them out just so I'm ready.
any questions on the orders?
Bouncy houses are expensive.
They are, they are. They are.
$1,000 for a bouncy house. Wow.
You too, see ya.
I think that was
Bye
for,
now.
I think that was for the bounce house,
It's for a whole bunch
the
of stuff. yeah,
axe
I don't know, I
throwing,
think
and
so.
the Connect
Second
4.
booth
I'll
probably.
move on to
And the
real
Dunkin'.
questions. Wilk Paving has a lot on here. Are we all done? It doesn't look like all the aprons are fixed as I came up today. Where are we with that?
Oh, that.
Plains Road?
Yeah.
They just paved that today. They're doing aprons, I believe, tomorrow.
Okay, so they're following right up behind with that. Okay, because I looked at
Oh,
all
so,
of these.
oh, yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh.
no, yeah.
Because I
No,
want to make sure Jackson and
They,
everybody else.
they were
They
measuring
gotta cut.
yesterday, when I was in, and today they were paving the top coat, and I believe the plan is tomorrow to start tackling all the aprons.
That is Wilk that's doing that, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's why I brought up the.
Yep. And this is for all the other roads that they
Oh,
did
I
as
know,
well.
but that's why I brought it up because
Yep.
that was, the aprons was on my mind.
Yep.
Okay, I got nothing else.
Okay, no one else? All right, we can start signing those then. I'm having a hard time right now.
You can borrow this one.
Love you, Dave. I should have mentioned this, I don't know, maybe in Selectboard Remarks or somewhere, but did we follow up with the tree situation at Joe Rappator's? Remember at the last meeting, he brought that up?
I have passed it on to Highway, and they were going to add it to their list.
Okay.
Joe did text me on something and he did not include that, so I'm assuming maybe that was addressed.
Okay, good.
This one, no. This one, yes. Sorry. And these haven't been discussed yet.
There you go.
I've been talking with Chad about several different areas in town with trees that I've been receiving phone calls.
Yeah, and then I think we talked about this a little bit at one point, like, there's even, ones where they've gotten marked as like, these need to come down, but then I don't know what our set protocol is for them following up and making sure.
I don't know if it's us
I was
marking
just
them or
gonna say, is
somebody
it
else, because
town
Green Mountain
or-
Power's
yeah.
been going through and marking a ton of them. Like, I know they had marked all these on 7 that they just took out,
Okay.
I'm
so.
surprised they haven't done something with that hedge in front of the school on their power lines. I looked at that the other day.
Oh, by the cemetery?
They should just
front
remove
of the
those damn
school?
trees. I wish they would just remove them.
Yeah. The
What?
hedge line on the
hedge
cemetery,
line
on top
By
of
the
the
sidewalk.
Oh, on the
They've
wall?
grown so big, yeah. And they're way into the power lines. Many years ago, they did trim them way back and they look like crap.
You know what I say? It's 2025. Why do we have power lines? Why do we see them?
I know, it should be underground.
They should be all buried.
Woodman's Power.
Because we put up too many solar panels.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous to cut down
But
trees
don't-
for
don't
so
pay
ugly,
tax.
ugly wires can
Take
be,
those out.
anyway.
Give them look better, probably, seeing those terraces.
All right, let's recess our open meeting and open up as liquor board, where it looks like we're retroactively.
Yes, we are.
So Helen already approved it, but she wanted you aware of it and to sign off on it.
All right, so we have the two for both Common Ground, Maze Place, and for Pittsford Day, and then the upcoming Jeep event this weekend. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
2 signatures.
Ooh, anywhere.
That's right.
I know that.
You're catching on.
okay, well, then we will come out of liquor board, open back up as regular select board. And with that, though, if there's nothing else, if I could please have a motion to go into executive in accordance with 1 VSA 313A, where premature general public knowledge would clearly place the municipality or person involved at a substantial disadvantage to discuss pending or probable civil litigation or prosecution to which a public body is or may be a party, 1 VSA 313A1E, to include the interim town manager.
Make a motion, we approve that.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. That ends our open part of our meeting.